2022 all the way up to now has been quite a choppy year for global markets, and that trend kind of reversed up on Tuesday. For global markets outside of Asia were well in the green. That was of course followed by the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell testifying to Congress, saying that he expects to discuss the taper in the January meeting as well, and that the balance sheet at 8.8 trillion US dollars is far above what it ought to be. He also says that the runoff will be sooner and faster with regard to the balance sheet again, and sustainability of the debt needs to be focused on. He says that Omicron can disrupt supply chains, but for a briefer period of time, and inflationary pressure will ease a bit as supply chains and labor shortages start evening out. So some of those comments were of course welcomed by investors, which saw the Federal Reserve's hawkish stance as being of the same cadre as has been over the last couple of weeks or so. The markets though seem to be calm in the face of these comments, and investors bought in to tech shares. So they bought the dip. That meant the Nasdaq rose for a second day in a row. In fact, the Nasdaq was up almost 1.5%, 1.41% to be precise. The Dow as well gained over 0.5% in trade yesterday, and the S&P 500 snapped a 5-day losing streak and rose 0.9% in trade yesterday. Of course, two metrics which are going to be in focus this week. One is going to be the inflation data coming out of the US for the month of December. That's going to come out on Wednesday, US time. And results of certain big banks are going to start coming out. And that's, of course, the December quarter results. And Wells Fargo is going to kick that off at the end of this week. So broadly, that's how the data stack stands up. When we look at Europe as well, Europe was in the green as well. The DAX was up over 1% in trade. The FTSE was up 0.6%. The CAC 40 and the Stock 600 both up over 0.4%. In fact, the CAC 40 up almost 1% in trade yesterday. That led to, of course, a positive handover to Asian markets in early trade today, and that's exactly how Asian markets have picked it up. The Nikkei as well as the Hang Seng are both up over 1.8% in early trade today as we speak. The Kospi is up 1.3%. The Shanghai and the ASX are up a more tempered